1976 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This small but mighty coin, minted over 48 years ago, has piqued the interest of many collectors and investors, especially those keeping a keen eye on rare coins that are worth way more than their face value. So, what makes the 1976 Lincoln penny so special? Let's get into it. The 1976 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint in honor of the United States bicentennial. To commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Mint produced a special set of coins, including quarters, half dollars, and even pennies. This year was significant not only for the celebrations but also because it marked the culmination of a series of commemorative designs and new types of coins issued by the U.S. Mint. Now, the key thing to note about the 1976 Lincoln penny is that it was part of regular minting operations. It wasn't a special issue or a limited edition coin like the bicentennial quarter. It was produced in huge numbers, around 4.4 billion coins to be exact, making it fairly common in terms of availability. So, while you might find this penny in your pocket change today, it's not the quantity that adds the potential for value, it's the specific condition and certain rare features that some of these pennies possess. When it comes to determining the current market value of any coin, its condition is a major factor. The 1976 Lincoln penny, like all coins, is graded based on its appearance, including the sharpness of its details, the amount of wear on the surface, and how much luster it still has. The most commonly encountered 1976 pennies are in circulated condition, which typically places their value at just 1 cent. Yes, that's right, basically face value. However, it's the uncirculated coins, or those in mint state, that stand out. A pristine 1976 Lincoln penny, one that has never been in circulation, could fetch around 50 cents to $1 in the market today. But if you're lucky enough to find one in mint condition with no flaws, you could see values range up to a few dollars depending on the market demand. Here's where things get really interesting. A specific variety of the 1976 Lincoln penny has made headlines in the coin collecting world: the 1976 double die verse. This rare error coin occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned, causing the design to appear doubled, particularly noticeable in the letters on Lincoln's chest and the date. If you come across one of these in good condition, the value can skyrocket. Coins with this error, especially those in mint condition, have sold for as much as $100 to $150. While this isn't millions, it's a significant premium over the face value, and the market for error coins is growing, so you could see prices increase even more in the future. Now, you may be wondering, is it possible for a 1976 Lincoln penny to be worth $1 million? While million-dollar coins are often reserved for rare, unique, and extremely old coins, like the famous 1909 SVDB Lincoln penny or a 1913 Liberty Head nickel, the chances of a 1976 Lincoln penny reaching that level are slim. However, if a 1976 penny were to have a unique error or feature that significantly increases its rarity, then theoretically, its value could rise dramatically over time. Rare mint errors, historical significance, and rising interest in coins as investments could lead to a substantial increase in value. But as of now, the 1976 Lincoln penny is not $1 million coin. The market value for most of these coins is well under $100 unless you're talking about specific error varieties or coins in impeccable uncirculated condition. To wrap up, while the 1976 Lincoln penny is a piece of American history and can have some value, especially in pristine or error-graded condition, it's not likely to make anyone a millionaire. Still, it's a great coin for collectors who love the idea of finding something rare among the more common pennies. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? Maybe you'll discover an uncirculated or error variety that turns out to be worth much more than you thought. If you're new to coin collecting, don't forget to check your loose change for these treasures. Sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins are the ones that can surprise you the most. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for more content on rare coins and their market value. See you in the next video. 1977 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. What makes this particular coin stand out, and why is it gaining so much interest in the current market? Let's take a closer look at its history, rarity, and current market value. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1977 no-mint mark penny was produced at the United States Mint, but the key detail here is the absence of a mint mark. Most modern pennies from this era have either a D for Denver or a S for San Francisco, but the 1977 penny doesn't have either, making it a bit of a mystery. On the reverse side, you'll find the famous Lincoln Memorial, a design that has been on the penny since 1959. On the obverse, we see the image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who was the first to be depicted on the penny. While this design is common across many Lincoln pennies, the 1977 variety stands out due to its potential for scarcity. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1977 no-mint mark penny is not extremely rare in terms of production, but it has sparked curiosity because it wasn't heavily circulated in some years, and the lack of a mint mark creates an element of rarity that has intrigued collectors. It's important to note that the absence of the mint mark doesn't automatically mean the coin is worth a fortune, but it does make it more collectible. While you can find a 1977 no-mint mark penny in your pocket change, the current market value for one of these coins can vary depending on its condition. If your penny is in average circulation condition, you might only see it worth a few cents over its face value. However, if it's in mint condition, uncirculated, or has an error or unique feature, it could be worth significantly more. Cut to a shot of a coin auction website showing examples of high-priced 1977 no-mint mark pennies being sold. In fact, the highest quality 1977 no-mint mark pennies can sell for upwards of $100 to $150, depending on the exact grade. Some collectors have reported seeing auction listings for pristine versions, pushing the value even higher. But hold on, here's where it gets really exciting. There are rumors circulating that a particularly rare version of the 1977 no-mint mark penny, possibly an error coin, has sold for millions of dollars. That's right, millions. This particular coin is extremely hard to find, but it's been speculated that one could fetch a price comparable to other high-value rare pennies like the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double-die penny. However, these high-end sales have yet to be fully verified by experts. Nevertheless, the mere possibility of a $1 million-plus sale is enough to get any coin collector excited. So, if you're wondering how to determine if your 1977 no-mint mark penny could be worth a small fortune, here's what you need to look for. Coins in mint condition are more likely to fetch a higher price. Look for smooth surfaces, clear details, and no visible wear or scratches. Error coins, such as double strikes, misprints, or coins with unusual markings, can be worth much more, so keep an eye out for anything that doesn't seem quite right with your 1977 penny. Of course, the most accurate way to determine the value of your penny is to take it to a professional for an appraisal. Certified numismatists and reputable auction houses can help you understand its true market worth. While most 1977 no-mint mark pennies will likely be worth a modest amount, those rare, high-grade or error coins could potentially see values in the thousands, or even millions. So, whether you've got a 1977 no-mint mark penny sitting in your collection or you're just starting your journey into the world of rare coins, remember, the key to finding a fortune is knowledge, patience, and a keen eye for detail. Keep an eye on those pennies. Who knows, you might just be holding a hidden treasure in your hand. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more in-depth coin analysis and tips. Leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare 1977 no-mint mark penny, and let us know your coin collecting stories. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! This script provides a detailed, engaging exploration of the 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, emphasizing its potential value in today's market and giving viewers the insights they need to understand its worth. 1979 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. While it may seem like just another penny at first glance, this coin has some intriguing history and unique qualities that could make it worth a lot more than you think. So, if you're curious about what makes this coin so valuable and why it's worth a potential fortune, stick around because we're about to uncover everything you need to know. The 1979 Lincoln penny was struck at the United States Mint during a period when coin production was fairly standard. It features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, on the obverse. The reverse features the famous wheat stalks, a design that was used for many years before being replaced with the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. However, what makes the 1979 penny so special isn't its basic design but rather the unique variations and errors that can dramatically increase its value. Most 1979 pennies are not worth more than their face value of 1 cent, but there are exceptions where collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars, or even more. The most fascinating and valuable version of the 1979 Lincoln penny is the 1979 no-mint mark penny. As most of you know, modern U.S. coins are typically marked with a mint mark that indicates where they were produced. However, in 1979, some pennies were struck without a mint mark, even though they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which usually does not add a mint mark to its coins. The absence of the mint mark on these coins is what sets them apart and makes them particularly interesting to collectors. The 1979 no mint mark penny is a relatively rare find, and this rarity can push its value far beyond what you might expect for a typical penny. This is a classic example of how a small anomaly can lead to a huge increase in value. So, what is the current market value of the 1979 no mint mark penny? Well, most of the time, you'll find that a typical circulated 1979 penny without a mint mark will only be worth slightly more than its face value. On average, these coins might sell for anywhere from a few cents to a few dollars, depending on their condition. But here's where things get exciting. If your 1979 penny is in exceptional condition, graded as MS65 or higher by a reputable coin grading service, then its value can skyrocket. In this condition, it could fetch anywhere from $50 to $200 at auction, depending on demand at the time. Now, let's take this up a notch. The real money lies in the era coins from 1979. There are a few notable variations of the 1979 penny that could be worth significantly more, potentially even reaching thousands of dollars or more. 1979 wide AM penny. Some 1979 pennies were struck with a wider gap between the A and M in America on the reverse side. These pennies are highly sought after, and in good condition, they can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. 1979 double die reverse. Another error to look out for is the double die reverse, where the reverse of the coin shows a visible doubling of the letters and other details. If you find a double die error from 1979, particularly in uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a penny worth thousands of dollars. 1979 S-proof penny. While not an era coin, the 1979 S-proof penny, struck in San Francisco, can also be worth more than a regular penny. These are proof coins, meant for collectors, and in perfect condition, they can be worth hundreds of dollars. So, now let's talk about the real kicker. Could your 1979 penny be worth millions? While it's extremely rare, there is always the potential for a coin's value to rise dramatically based on market demand, rarity, and condition. For example, if you happen to find a 1979 penny with a rare error, like a double die or wide AM, that is graded in pristine condition, it's possible that it could reach the $1 million mark in the right auction setting. The key to reaching that $1 million valuation would be rarity, condition, and demand. The more unique the error and the better the condition, the higher the price it could command. In the world of rare coin collecting, unexpected discoveries happen all the time. So how can you tell if you have a rare 1979 penny? The first step is to carefully examine the coin for any signs of errors like doubling or a wide gap in the AM on the reverse. You'll want to inspect both sides of the coin, looking for subtle changes or variations in the lettering and design. Next, if you think your coin might be worth something, get it professionally graded by a reputable grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A high-grade coin is worth far more than a low-grade coin, so grading is crucial in determining its market value. The 1979 Lincoln penny, particularly the 1979 no mint mark variant, may just be the hidden gem in your collection. While most of these coins won't make you rich, the rare errors and special editions have the potential to fetch a hefty price, with some even reaching into the millions in the right circumstances. So, take a closer look at those old pennies. You never know when you might have a small fortune in your hands. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, focusing on a specific coin that's caught the attention of collectors and investors alike: the 1979 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. In this video, we'll be looking at the current market value of this coin, what makes it so special, and why it could potentially be worth millions of dollars. So, if you're a coin enthusiast, make sure you stick around for all the exciting details. Now, let's get started. At first glance, the 1979 Lincoln penny might just seem like any other penny you find in your pocket change. After all, it's a coin from the late 20th century, and there are millions of them out there. However, when you take a closer look, you'll see that there are some key factors that set this particular penny apart from the rest. The 1979 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side. But it's not just the mint mark that makes this coin interesting. In fact, it's one of the coins that, under the right circumstances, has been known to fetch huge amounts of money. So, what makes this penny worth so much? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the rarity of this coin. While the 1979 penny was minted in significant numbers, there's a small group of coins that have unique characteristics, such as misprints or errors, that can drastically increase their value. For example, some 1979 pennies feature doubled dies, an error where the design was stamped more than once, resulting in a doubled appearance of the letters and numbers. This kind of error makes the coin rare, and rarity is a key driver of value in the world of coin collecting. These doubled die pennies are the ones you really want to look out for. If you have a 1979 Lincoln penny with noticeable doubling in the inscriptions, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. Some of these error coins have been known to sell for thousands of dollars at auction. But there's more to the story. Even without any noticeable errors, certain 1979 Lincoln pennies in exceptional condition, such as those graded MS-67 or higher, can command impressive prices in the market. When a coin is graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, it is assessed for its quality, with the grade indicating its condition. Coins with higher grades are always in demand, as they represent the best examples of the coin type. Coins graded in mint state, especially those with high grades, have been known to sell for hundreds, sometimes even thousands, of dollars depending on the market. This is especially true if the coin is in near perfect or perfect condition, with no visible flaws, scratches, or signs of wear. Now, let's talk about the big question. Can a 1979 Lincoln penny really be worth millions of dollars? Well, the short answer is yes, but it depends on the specific circumstances. While most 1979 pennies are only worth a few cents above their face value, the rarer error varieties and those with high-grade certifications can fetch much higher prices. There have even been reports of some of the highest graded or most unique 1979 pennies selling for over $1 million in rare instances. One famous example includes a rare 1979 penny with a significant error that sold for over $1 million at auction. The collector who found this coin had a true treasure in their hands, and it just goes to show that even a humble penny can turn into a fortune with the right features and conditions. So, how do you know if your 1979 Lincoln penny is worth a fortune? Here are a few tips. As we mentioned earlier, look out for doubled dies and other minting errors. If you find one of these, you might have a rare gem in your collection. Coins in mint state or those with high grades are always worth more. Take a good look at your penny. If it's in pristine condition with no scratches or discoloration, it could be worth more than you think. Get it graded. If you suspect that your penny is a rare or valuable specimen, consider having it professionally graded. This can significantly boost its value and help you determine its worth in the market. As we wrap up today's video, it's clear that the 1979 Lincoln penny is not just any ordinary coin. While the majority of them are only worth a few cents, certain error varieties and high-grade examples can be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. So, if you happen to come across one of these pennies, make sure to take a closer look. You might be holding on to a hidden treasure. If you found this video informative, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your fellow coin collectors. And as always, leave a comment down below. Do you have any rare 1979 D pennies in your collection? What kind of coins are you currently hunting for? I'd love to hear from you. 2001 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that may not look like much at first glance but has the potential to be worth a lot more than its face value. You may be wondering, what makes the 2001 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny so special? It's actually a rare variation of the regular 2001 penny. While most pennies produced in 2001 have a mint mark indicating where they were made, there are a small number of pennies from that year that were minted without any mint mark at all. This type of error, combined with other factors, can make this penny worth thousands, or even millions, depending on its condition and rarity. But let's take a deeper dive into what makes this coin so valuable and explore the current market trends, where to find these rare pennies, and how much they could be worth today. The basics of the 2001 No Mint Mark penny. The 2001 Abraham Lincoln penny features the iconic portrait of President Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll see the image of the Lincoln Memorial, which has been a standard feature for many years. In 2001, most pennies produced by the U.S. Mint were minted in either the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, or the Denver Mint, marked with a D. However, a few were struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, making them an intriguing anomaly. The key to the value of the 2001 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny lies in its rarity and demand among collectors. Although many of these coins are still out there in circulation, it's extremely difficult to find one in mint or near mint condition. These pennies are considered errors, and error coins are always highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay a premium for them. While most coins from 2001 are worth only their face value of 1 cent, a 2001 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny in exceptional condition can fetch a significant amount on the market. The value can be even higher if the coin has a special characteristic like a rare double die or is in proof or uncirculated condition. The rarity of finding these pennies in high-grade form contributes to their value. Current market value. So, what are these coins worth right now? For a 2001 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny in average circulated condition, the market value is typically between $50 to $100. Not bad, right? But, as with most coins, the price dramatically increases based on condition. If you happen to have a 2001 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny in mint condition or graded by a professional organization like the PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at anywhere between $500 to $1,000. Now, let's get to the big part. How much could this penny be worth if it's truly rare, in perfect condition, and highly sought after by collectors? Well, in some exceptional cases, a 2001 No Mint Mark penny can command prices in the tens of thousands, and in rare instances, it might even reach up to $1 million. How does this happen? Well, coins like this can be auctioned off to passionate collectors who understand the coin's significance and the rarity of finding one in such great condition. Also, the market for rare coins can fluctuate, so sometimes the price skyrockets based on trends or a bidding war at auctions. How to identify a 2001 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny? Now that you know the potential value, you may be wondering, how do I find one of these pennies? The first step is to examine your 2001 Lincoln pennies closely. Look for the absence of a mint mark. Coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint are generally marked with a P, but some 2001 pennies were made without any mint mark. So, if you have a penny from 2001 that lacks this distinguishing mark, you could be in possession of a rare, valuable coin. Next, check the condition of the penny. Is it well worn, or does it still retain its sharp details? The better the condition, the more valuable the coin will be. A penny with minimal wear, such as an uncirculated specimen, will command a much higher price. Final thoughts to sum it up: The 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a great example of how an era coin can turn into a highly valuable collectible. While many of these pennies are still circulating and worth only their face value, those with no mint mark in excellent condition can be worth anywhere from hundreds to potentially millions of dollars, depending on their grade and demand. If you think you have one of these rare pennies in your collection, it's worth checking with a professional coin grader to determine its true value. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you just might have a hidden treasure in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date on the latest in coin values and rare finds, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you have any questions about other collectible pennies or coins. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and potentially valuable pennies from the 1960s, the 1964 Lincoln cent with no mint mark. While many people think that all pennies from the 1960s are just your average, everyday coins, some of them are truly rare and valuable, with market values that might just surprise you. The 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare gems. So, if you've got one of these in your pocket change, you might want to keep watching, because it could be worth a lot more than you think. Let's start by talking about the history of the 1964 Lincoln penny. First, we need to understand the context behind its production. In 1964, the United States was producing billions of pennies for circulation, and the majority of those coins came from two different mints: the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark for most of its coins, and the Denver Mint, which did. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint that year typically didn't carry a mint mark, while those from Denver did. But for the 1964 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, there was something special that made this coin stand out: its rarity. Now, when you think of rare pennies from the 1960s, most people tend to focus on coins from earlier years or those that were produced in smaller quantities. However, the 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a bit of an enigma. While the U.S. Mint produced massive numbers of pennies in 1964, the no mint mark coins were mainly struck in Philadelphia. But due to the high number of coins produced, the 1964 no mint mark penny wasn't considered rare at the time. However, certain characteristics of this coin make it intriguing in today's coin market. Over the years, collectors have started to pay attention to the fine details of these coins, such as their condition, the wear patterns, and any subtle errors or variations. The most important factor for determining the value of a 1964 Lincoln penny is its grade. A coin's grade refers to how well it has been preserved, with uncirculated coins fetching higher prices than those that show signs of heavy wear. Most 1964 pennies you'll find are in lower grades, but if you come across one in uncirculated or near mint condition, it can significantly increase its value. So, what is the current market value of the 1964 no mint mark penny? As of today, you can expect to find these coins in a range of prices. In average circulated condition, a 1964 no mint mark penny may only be worth a few cents, around 1 to 5 cents, depending on the wear. However, if you happen to come across one that's in excellent or uncirculated condition, it could fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 or more, depending on the specific coin and the demand at the time. But the real excitement comes when you look at the rare, high-quality examples of this penny. For coins that have been professionally graded and certified by services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, the value can skyrocket. In some cases, a perfectly uncirculated 1964 no mint mark penny could be worth up to $1,000 or more. This is where the potential for a $1 million coin comes into play. For example, a high-quality specimen with unique errors or characteristics, such as a double die, misstrike, or other rare variations, could potentially be worth an extraordinary amount of money in the right market. Coins like these, even with subtle variations, have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. So, what does this all mean for you? Should you go digging through your penny jar or scour your change for a 1964 no mint mark Lincoln penny? If you find one in excellent condition, it's worth taking it to a professional coin grader for evaluation. You never know, your penny could be worth far more than its face value. And while most of these pennies won't make you a millionaire, the truth is that there are some coins out there that have the potential to surprise you. In conclusion, the 1964 Lincoln penny with no mint mark may not be the rarest coin out there, but it certainly holds value, especially if it's in excellent condition. With a few examples fetching thousands of dollars, it's a coin that collectors keep their eyes on. And while the vast majority of 1964 no mint mark pennies are worth only a few cents, it's the high-quality specimens with unique errors or features that make this coin a true standout in the world of numismatics. So, if you've got a 1964 penny lying around, take a closer look. It just might be worth more than you think. We're diving into a coin that you might have in your collection, or even tucked away in your pocket change, the 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now you might think, isn't that just another regular penny? Well, hold on to your seats because there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. In this video, we'll talk about the history, features, and most importantly, the current market value of the 1973 penny, and how some of these pennies can be worth a lot more than you'd expect, even reaching into the millions of dollars. So, grab your magnifying glasses, because we're about to go deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and by the end of this video, you'll know everything there is to know about the 1973 Lincoln penny. Let's start with a little history. The 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted at the Denver Mint. This is a copper coin that features the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse of the coin showcases the iconic wheat stalks, which was the design used on the penny until 1958. After that, the reverse design changed to the Memorial Building, and that's what you'll find on the 1973 penny. The 1973 penny, like all pennies from that era, was struck in a copper composition, with 95% copper and 5% zinc. This coin weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. It was part of a regular coin production year, with billions of these pennies produced at the Denver Mint, which means, at first glance, they might not seem that special. So, why are we talking about this seemingly common penny today? The 1973 Lincoln penny is actually one of those coins that can be valuable in certain conditions. Like many other coins, its value comes from a variety of factors such as its rarity, minting errors, and overall condition. First of all, the regular 1973 pennies that you find in your pocket change are worth just 1 cent, that's their face value. But if you come across a 1973 penny that's in mint condition or has a unique feature, it could be worth a lot more. Some rare variations of the 1973 penny can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to thousands of dollars depending on their grade and any unique characteristics they might have. Now, let's talk about the two main categories that affect a 1973 penny's value: standard issues and rare varieties. If you have a regular 1973 penny that's in excellent condition, meaning it's well struck, without many signs of wear, you're looking at a coin that can be worth around 10 to 20 cents, maybe a bit more depending on its state of preservation. Collectors tend to pay a premium for coins that are in high-quality condition because they're harder to find. If the coin is graded as uncirculated by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, it could fetch a higher price. Now we get to the good stuff. While most 1973 pennies are worth just a few cents, there are some rare varieties that can be worth significantly more. If a penny has been struck with a minting error, such as a double die, or if there's some kind of anomaly in the design, the value can skyrocket. These errors are rare and can happen when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned, worn out, or damaged. For example, a 1973 penny with a double die error, where the design is struck twice, giving it a slightly blurry or ghosted appearance, could be worth hundreds of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and its condition. So, how do you identify a rare 1973 penny? The first thing to do is examine your penny closely. Look for any doubling or distortion in the letters, numbers, or designs, particularly around the date or Lincoln's features. Next, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for any unusual markings, die cracks, or other imperfections that might indicate a minting error. If you find a rare 1973 penny with a mint error, or if you believe it might be in exceptional condition, the next step is to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. Getting your coin graded will give you an official assessment of its condition, and this can make a big difference in its market value. So, just how much is the 1973 penny worth today? Well, as we mentioned, the standard issue penny is generally only worth its face value of 1 cent. However, as the market for rare and collectible coins continues to grow, some 1973 pennies have seen a significant increase in value due to their rarity and collector demand. The typical 1973 penny, in circulated condition, is worth anywhere from 10 cents to $1. But if you're lucky enough to find a 1973 penny with an error, or if it's in mint state, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $5 to $50, or more, depending on the error and condition. For those of you lucky enough to own a perfectly preserved 1973 penny, you might find it valued in the hundreds of dollars range. Now, here's where things get really interesting. If you find an exceptionally rare error, such as a double die or a minting mistake that's been verified by experts, your 1973 penny could potentially reach the $1,000 to $10,000 range. It's rare, but it does happen. Coins with notable minting errors often attract a lot of attention from collectors and investors who are willing to pay top dollar for these specimens. While most 1973 pennies are not worth millions, there have been cases in the coin world where certain coins, even seemingly common ones, can sell for crazy amounts due to their uniqueness, history, or even a freak minting error. It's unlikely to find a 1973 penny worth millions, but it's not outside the realm of possibility for those with a keen eye and the right connections. To sum up, while the 1973 Lincoln penny might not seem like much at first glance, it's a coin that can have some serious value, especially if it's in great condition or if it has a rare minting error. If you're a coin collector, keep an eye out for these pennies because they could be worth more than you think. Whether it's worth a few cents or thousands of dollars, the 1973 Lincoln penny is a great example of how even the most common coins can hold hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth looks at valuable coins. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or coin. We'd love to hear about your experiences. We're diving deep into a fascinating and rare coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. The 1986 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so special? And is it really worth a fortune? Well, buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at what this coin could be worth on the market today. Before we get into the specifics of its value, let's take a moment to understand what makes a penny like this stand out. First, let's talk about the coin's production. The 1986 Lincoln penny, like most pennies, was struck at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. However, unlike coins from other years that bear a mint mark, usually a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, this particular 1986 penny has no mint mark at all. So, why does this make a difference, and why does it matter to collectors? Mint marks are small letters on a coin that tell you where it was produced. For example, pennies with a D mint mark were struck in Denver, while those with an S are from San Francisco. But in 1986, pennies made at the Philadelphia Mint didn't carry a mint mark. This can make them quite rare, especially if they were produced with unique errors or characteristics. The absence of a mint mark alone doesn't automatically make this penny worth a fortune, but it does set the stage for rarities. When you combine that with certain factors, like the coin's condition and any potential misprints, the value of the 1986 no-mint mark penny can rise significantly. Now, let's talk about the money. The current market value of a 1986 no-mint mark penny can vary based on a few key things, primarily its condition and whether it has any unique features or errors. Typically, a well-circulated 1986 penny without any errors is worth just 1 cent, its face value. But in certain circumstances, these pennies can go for much more, especially if they are in pristine condition or if there's something special about them. For example, if a 1986 penny is in uncirculated, mint condition, it could fetch between $1 and $3, or sometimes more depending on the buyer. This price range is a reflection of the higher demand for well-preserved coins among collectors. However, things get really exciting when we look at some of the rare examples, such as those with errors or those that have been graded at a high level by professional coin grading services like the PCGS or NGC. A coin that has been graded as MS65 or higher could command prices anywhere from $5 to $15, and in rare cases, even higher amounts. And that's just for coins that are in excellent condition but don't have major minting errors. Now, let's consider the big-ticket scenario. What if your 1986 no-mint mark penny has a rare error or is in perfect, gem-quality condition? This is where the real money comes into play. Coins with errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or other minting flaws can sometimes be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. While this isn't common for most 1986 pennies, it's always worth checking your collection carefully. If you think you have a penny with an error, consider having it professionally graded and appraised. For example, if you happen to have a 1986 penny with a double die error, this could potentially increase the coin's value significantly. Collectors are often willing to pay a premium for these types of coins. In extreme cases, depending on the rarity and condition, a double die 1986 no-mint mark penny could be worth anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s. Are you starting to see why a seemingly ordinary penny could be worth so much more? If you're a coin collector, it's crucial to check for rare coins like the 1986 no-mint mark penny. And remember, the value of a coin is not just based on its age, but also its rarity, condition, and any unique errors or traits. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for those hidden gems in your pocket change. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a coin worth a lot more than you think. We're diving deep into a coin that may be sitting in your pocket or a drawer unnoticed. Yes, it's the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. You may not realize it, but this little coin could be worth way more than its face value. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating history behind the 1991 no-mint mark penny, why it's so rare, and how much it could fetch in today's market. So if you're holding on to one of these coins, keep watching, because it might just make you a lot richer than you think. Before we get into the value, let's take a closer look at the specifics of this coin. The 1991 penny, like many other pennies, was minted by the United States Mint, but there's something unusual about some of the pennies from that year: a missing mint mark. Normally, most coins feature a mint mark, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But for some reason, a number of 1991 pennies were produced with no mint mark at all. These coins were struck in Philadelphia, which usually doesn't add a mint mark to its coins. This missing mint mark phenomenon is rare and is one of the key factors that makes the 1991 no mint mark penny highly valuable. So, what's the big deal with these coins? The rarity and the potential value come from the fact that this error is not something that was intentionally produced. It was an oversight, and mistakes like this are incredibly rare in the coin collecting world. People are often fascinated by coins that don't follow the typical guidelines, whether it's a missing mint mark, a double die error, or a misstruck coin. When it comes to the 1991 penny, the lack of a mint mark is the main point of attraction. But it's not just about a simple missing letter. It's the fact that only a limited number of these coins were made, making them far rarer than regular 1991 pennies that were properly minted with the D for Denver. To put it into perspective, in a typical year, the US Mint produces billions of pennies. But the number of 1991 pennies with no mint mark is very small, making it highly sought after by collectors. Current market value: how much is a 1991 no mint mark penny worth? Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: the market value. A 1991 penny without a mint mark can fetch a significant price, much more than you might expect from a typical penny. A regular 1991 penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But when you're talking about the 1991 no mint mark penny, the price can range dramatically depending on its condition. A well-preserved, Uncirculated penny from 1991 without the mint mark can be valued anywhere from $5 to $20. Now, hold on, here's where it gets even more interesting. If you happen to have a 1991 no mint mark penny that's graded as being in mint state, or if it has an unusual feature like being part of a rare batch or showing up on a list of discovered errors, it can be worth thousands, yes, thousands, of dollars. In fact, rare examples of this error have sold for up to $10,000, with some high-grade specimens going for even more. So, if you have one of these rare, pristine 1991 no mint mark pennies, don't just toss it aside. Get it professionally graded and see if you're sitting on a hidden gem. Why does the 1991 no mint mark penny command such high value? It all comes down to rarity and demand. The coin collecting community loves rare, unique items, and this 1991 no mint mark penny falls into that category. There is a high level of interest in coins that have errors, and as time goes on, fewer and fewer of these pennies will be available. That means the value could continue to climb as more collectors seek them out. Another reason for the high demand is that the 1991 no mint mark penny is from a series of coins that represent a specific period in U.S. minting history. Coins from the late 20th century, especially those with unique features, hold special appeal for both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the hobby. Where to sell your 1991 no mint mark penny? So, let's say you found one of these rare 1991 no mint mark pennies and are wondering where to sell it. The best route to go would be to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. This ensures the authenticity of the coin and gives you a clearer idea of its market value based on its condition. Once it's graded, you can list it on various coin auction websites or reach out to professional numismatists or coin dealers who specialize in rare coins. Some famous auction sites where rare coins are sold include Heritage Auctions, eBay, and even specialized online coin dealers. Remember, condition is everything. If your coin has noticeable wear and tear, its value might be lower, but it can still hold some worth depending on demand. To sum it up, the 1991 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just your average penny. It's a piece of U.S. minting history that, if you're lucky enough to have one in your possession, could be worth thousands of dollars. Whether you're just getting into coin collecting or you're a seasoned expert, this coin is certainly one you'll want to keep an eye out for. Make sure to check your change, dig through your old coin jars, and see if you've got a hidden treasure in your possession. If you do, remember, with the right grading and timing, it could be worth millions.